But what attracted you to actually come and launch your podcast with Wildfire Purpose?
Well, so the first decision and then the second decision were different, had different motivations. So the first decision to work with you and your team was that I was like, well, I know Hannah. Hannah's great. Hannah has a lot of experience podcasting. I know our values align, so I'm going to work with Hannah. I love working with my clients because I think that it's really fun to support them. And so I was like, great. Okay. I was ready to start a podcast. You started a podcast agency. And I was like, okay, great. So that it just worked out in timing. But that was only to do your launch package of the first 5 episodes. And so after that, of course, I had to, again, make another decision to continue working with you. And, the first decision was, I like Hannah. I trust Hannah. Yeah, it should be good. But the second decision was I had already seen how amazing your team is, including you, and how this really is like, you have brought people in that the work that they are doing on my podcast is their zone of genius work. Like you helping with the actual like season planning and episode strategy and all of that. You're a genius at that. Is it Ian who's doing the audio? Like he's a fucking genius at audio.
I love him. I love him.
Is he also the one that's doing the music and that kind of thing?
No, that's his partner, Mark, business
okay.
partner. Yeah.
Oh yes, Mark. Okay, I remember talking to him. I haven't talked to him obviously in so long because
it's so long.
That was just at the beginning. Yeah.
I don't talk to him for ages as well. And then he's like, yeah, everyone always forgets about me.
Yeah. But his work is so important, obviously, because it plays in literally every single episode. The music that he created plays in every episode of Selling Chocolate. So, after meeting your whole team and like seeing the caliber of work that was put out, it was really for me just this like moment of it was obvious, right? It was obvious of course I want to continue working with them because they're awesome. And I know you've brought on other team members since that moment who are making things even better from a client side as well. So it's it's just been a no-brainer basically of like the quality of what's being put out is phenomenal. So why would I go anywhere else?
I love it. That means so much to me because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes of creating this team that works so energetically well together as well, and it's like there's just so much that goes on behind being a leader behind the scenes and making sure that for me again, and I never realized this until we started doing the energetic work that we're doing together, but it's also about, as a leader, you want to create that atmosphere for your team where we are all working from a labor of love because it shows up in the end result of what we're doing, so I always keep like reminding them like why we are doing this and and just bringing joy to each project and also just calming people down behind the scenes when something goes wrong and being like, let's take a breathe, let's relax, because it's so important to me. One of the things I want to do with production is I feel like this whole production has to be stressful. A mentality is bullshit, and I want to do away with that. And that starts with me and my team. I'm just helping us to recognize that whenever something happens or something comes up, just breathe, assess, and go on and learn and go on and it's a training that goes on way beyond me and beyond what people see on the surface of things. So
well, I can tell you that we feel it. So
yeah. I'm so glad and that I've taken like a step back to actually make sure all of that was in order for us to be able to bring on more people and serve more people the same way, because that's really important to me.